Okay, hi. Today's April 24th, and I just saw Iron Man 3. It just was released today here in Australia. It's actually being released, like, one of the first countries to get it in the world. I don't believe it's released in America until the 3rd of May. That, like, never happens. We never get movies before the US. So, yeah, it feels like we get a little treat there. I am actually very new to Iron Man. All of the superheroes that I grew up with, I guess, weren't in the Marvel universe. So, only like a month ago did I see Iron Man 1 and 2. I saw Thor, Captain America, and the Avengers. Somehow all those superheroes escaped me when I was growing up and right up until now. And of all of those Avengers movies, Iron Man was the one that I love the most. Iron Man 1 and 2. I like the character. I think Tony Stark is fantastic, and Downey Jr. plays the role so well. He's so cool. Even without all the action and stuff, I just love watching those movies. And I don't know why Iron Man 2 had such a bad reputation, because I actually loved that movie. I thought it was fantastic. Action-packed and, you know, Downey Jr. doing his thing. Iron Man 3 is a direct sequel of the Avengers. It doesn't pretend, or it doesn't dismiss the Avengers at all. It's very relevant to that. I don't think you will need to have seen the Avengers to get this movie. In fact, Iron Man 3, I think, is the most, I don't know, I don't want to say generic, but it seems like anybody could watch it and be happy. It's like it's made for all audiences. You know, you've got the action stuff and the superhero-y stuff, and you've got all the special effects, but then there's kind of some emotional, well, maybe not emotional scenes, but some deep scenes and well-played, you know, I wouldn't say drama, but it's definitely a character-driven movie. And there's a lot of Downey Jr. without the mask on, without the suit on. So you're seeing Tony Stark, the character, even more in this film than in the others, which I guess is a good thing because, as I said, I really like him. I love the character. It's excellent. On one hand, I'd say I don't think this film needed to be made, because it was made because it's going to make a whole shitload of money. That was the point of making it, you know. It's going to make a lot of money coming off the back of the Avengers. I mean, and I don't feel like there was enough freshness about it that it gave us something that we didn't have before. Though I suppose, on the other hand, Tony Stark's character really does have a good arc, and I suppose if this is the last one, which it probably won't be, it would probably be a good bookend to Iron Man's 1 and 2 and make a good trilogy, like an end to the trilogy, if you don't count the Avengers movie as part of the... I just got back from the movies now, so obviously I haven't planned out exactly what I wanted to say. I just wanted to talk about it. I like talking about movies after I watch them. I will say, though, that Guy Pearce is excellent in it. How old's that guy now? He's got to be 45. He looks really good, and yeah, his character is really good, and he plays it really well. Not as good as Mickey Rourke in Iron Man 2. I loved Mickey Rourke in Iron Man 2. Obviously, very different character that Guy Pearce is playing, but yeah, he plays it well. He's good. I think he'll get some praise out of this. Paltrow was fine. She was fine. There's not really a lot of her in it, which is probably a good thing. I don't think people rush out to see Iron Man movies to see Gwyneth Paltrow. As I said, Tony Stark spends a lot of the movie out of the suit, meaning it's a story movie, and there is action, of course, but until the sort of grand finale action sequence, which is huge, there's not a lot of action throughout the rest of the movie. In fact, I thought the movie was too long. I think it was only about 2 hours, but it felt like 3. I think they should have trimmed it back to an hour and a half. Having said that, though, I think it was probably trimmed down as much as they could have, because I found that some of the editing in the action sequences was almost too... It was really, really finely chopped up. There's an action sequence about halfway through the movie, and the editing was noticeable. It was just almost a little bit too precise and too sharp and too quick. Even just a few frames extra in each shot might have made it seem a little bit more believable. But then, as I said, then there's sort of large chunks without action. But that last action sequence at the end, it's almost too big and too long. I'm not going to say it's like the end of Star Wars Episode 3 where it, it goes on for 40 minutes. It's not that big, but it is a little bit, I don't want to say self-indulgent, but considering that there's not a lot of action packed through the whole film, this giant action sequence at the end maybe seems a little over the top. Maybe the action should have been spread out across the whole movie. Anyway, I don't want to say I'm giving the movie a bad review. I don't think I'd rush out and see it again. I'm not saying it's not worth a watch, but I don't think you need to see it. That's what I'll say. It's just a good popcorn flick, but you're not missing anything if you don't see it. But hey, if you see it or if you've seen it, leave a comment. Tell me what you thought of it. Have a great day. Okay, bye.
Oh, it's so thick and salty.